Hello. So, I was gonna make this video like, I don't know, half an hour ago, but then I decided with the light and the way I wasn't wearing a bra for nighttime and my black shirt was kind of pornographic. So I was like, I better just go ahead and go take a shower. What I want to talk about today is a little deeper than what we've usually been going, okay? Now bear with me because I have been given, by the grace of God, eyes to see the true mysteries of this wonderful book. Now, with that said, remember everything that comes through Lindsay's filter is an interpretation of, okay? Just like all these stories in here are an interpretation of, from Isaiah and from, everybody, and Solomon, and it's just Ezra, the whole thing, okay? Ruth, whatever you want to do. Esther, it's all an interpretation of, okay? So today I watched a lady on YouTube. It was a short, and it was talking about how Christians are afraid to they're okay to be like, yeah, I'm Christian, but they don't speak the truth of the Christian like we're supposed to. And sure, I consider myself a Christian just because I'm a Christ follower. It's very iffy because I don't believe in Christ as in Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the only begotten Son of God, who's gonna come on the cloud and save us all. I don't believe that. And it's okay that I don't believe that. And it's okay that you do believe that. Or if you don't, whatever, it's all okay. But I want to read the verse that she was referring to because she kind of took it out of context just a little bit. Her message was beautiful, and thank you for spreading truth, because we need to spread the Jesus story in truth. Okay, so I'm going to start reading, okay? This is Mark chapter 8. I know I skip around. That's the kind of Bible person I am. I just skip around. Sometimes I'll just boop, I'm reading this today. You know what I mean? Like I just did for Nehemiah. Anyways, first of all, Mark was not an apostle of Jesus, nor was he a disciple of Jesus. And they're different. I mean, they're one and the same, but there is 12 apostles and then the disciples underneath. You can comment all you want in your truth, because that's your truth, and I love you for it, and I believe you, and conversation is how we get to the next level. So I dig it. It's really cool. It's really cool, right? Okay, let's start reading. In those days, the multitude being very great and having nothing to eat, Jesus called his disciples unto him and saith unto them, maybe I got it backwards. Maybe it's the 12 disciples and the multiple of the apostles. I don't remember now. I'll have to read more. And saith to them, I have compassion on the multitude, because they have now been with me 3 days. Okay, 3 days is mentioned in the Bible a bajillion times and across the stories, okay? Pay attention to these little things. These are the little bread trails, that's my favorite term, that can bring you to the truth of all, okay? 3 days and have nothing to eat. And if I send them away fasting to their own houses, they will faint by the way, for divers of them came from afar. My also favorite thing to do is I have this old dictionary, okay? And I like to look, so I'm gonna go ABC. I'm not very good at glossary work, so bear with me. But I am learning and I am getting better. And you know what? That's all it's about. It's just getting better. Okay, so now we need a V. Okay, now we need an E. Okay, here it goes. It's a different directions. Okay, so for divers of them came from afar. Several. It could be several as well. Okay, so several of them came from afar. I'm going to put you back up here. And his disciples answered him, "From whence can a man satisfy these men with bread here in the wilderness?" And he asked them, "How many loaves have ye?" And they said, 7. 7 is also a number that is all over the Bible. And he commanded the people to sit down on the ground, and he took the 7 loaves and gave thanks, and brake and gave to his disciples to set before them. And they did set before the people. And they had a few small fishes, and he blessed and commanded to set them also before them. So they did eat and were filled, and they took up of the broken meat that was left 7 baskets. Jesus knew that he could multiply the 7 baskets that he already had, right? And he did. And he fed everybody, and he still remained with the original 7 baskets. Meaning, we're meant to be givers, humanity. Give, but not in an unhealthy way, right? Use your discernment. But whatever you give, you receive more so at least what you had before. Okay? Let's see. And they that had eaten were about 4,000. Jesus fed 4,000 people. And this is the man that says, "Greater miracles than I do will you do." You guys, come on. And he sent them away. And straightway he entered into a ship with his disciples, and came into the parts of Dalmanutha. And the Pharisees came forth and began to question. Now, this is where I'm going to step on a little bit of toesies, okay? The Pharisees are the people who were teaching the my daughter just texted me. The Pharisees were the ones who were teaching the word of God through their perception. That is not how we're supposed to do it. Now, I know, granted, I just said it was through my perception, but I say that as like a disclaimer. I'm reading what I read true and in real time, not through my interpretation of, okay? Perception, interpretation of. Make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. And began to question with him, seeking of him a sign from heaven, tempting him. There will be no signs for the Son of Man in the latter days, other than the sign of Job, right? No, other than the sign of Jonah. That's the sign. My bad, not Job. So go read Jonah. What do you get out of it? We're all in this process. We're all in our moments. We're all learning. We're all growing. And the first will be last and the last will be first. And everybody in their own process will learn the mysteries. Simple. I'm just here to help. And like I said, converse. Okay? Tempting him. And he sighed deeply in his spirit. Jesus did. These guys are here again. And he saith, "Why doth this generation seek after a sign?" This is still the same generation. One day, 1,000 years, same generation. Okay? "Verily I say to you, there shall no sign be given unto this generation." And he left them, and entering into the ship again, he departed to the other side. Now the disciples had forgotten to take bread. Neither had they in the ship with them more than one loaf. And he charged them, saying, Take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the leaven of Herod. Okay, we're going to do a little, oops, sorry guys, a little searchy again, okay? Went too far. We need L. And we need L-E. L-E-A. Here it is right here. Alleviation, taken in the sense of raising, that which raises. Okay, any substance which acts as a ferment, as in dough or a liquid. Any material such as baking powder which lightens the dough or batter in baking. Leavening. Okay, I think I get it. Anything which acts like anything which acts like a ferment in changing or lightening a whole mass. Now, these are things probably you guys know. These are things I am learning, okay? We're all here. So it says, take heed, beware the leaven. So anything that lightens the strength. So I believe that means like lightening the spirit of the word. You know what I mean? Like the word. So of the Pharisees and of Herod. Ooh, treacherous. I believe Herod isn't Herod the one that went through and killed all the babies? Not 100% sure. But anyways, that's what that means. Be careful for the leavening because it will dilute you. So be careful for the ones that are teaching the word out of the air. People just grab random verses. They don't read the whole thing. You can't do that. It's deceiving. Okay? And they reasoned among themselves, saying, It is because we have no bread. No, that's not what that means. And when Jesus knew it, he saith unto them, Why reason ye, because ye have no bread? Perceive ye not yet, neither understand? Has your heart yet hardened? So quickly, just like when they built the calf, right? When Moses was up on the hill and they built the calf, like what was he up there? I don't even remember what he was up there for or how many days he was up there, but so quickly. And I believe it was Aaron. Aaron couldn't even keep them tapped into the spirit that is one and all, okay? Having eyes, see ye not, and having ears, hear ye not? And do you not remember? We're here to remember. We were there. There's also a verse in the Bible that says, you were here. Do you not remember? Reincarnation. We were there. When I break the 5 loaves among 5,000, how many baskets full of fragments took ye up? They say unto him, 12. Another number. And when the 7 among the 4,000, how many baskets of full of fragments took ye up? And they said, 7. And he said unto them, how is it that ye do not understand? And remember, I don't understand everything either. I'm just like you. We're just learning. And he cometh to Bethsaida, and they bring a blind man unto him, and besought him to touch him. And he took the blind man by the hand. I got chloroform, cordyceps, alkalizer, and Shilajit in here today. This is pumpkin chai. Pumpkin time. No, I did like it though. Oh, and honey. Definitely honey. And he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. He led him out of the town. Okay, because in towns, and I'm talking all towns, there's a lot of, I don't want to use the word darkness, but it's a lot of lower level vibrational stuff. Okay, so you have to remove yourself from that. It's okay to be there, and it's okay we need to be there because that's where the sick are, you know? Let him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes, I had a dream about that. Remember that Jesus spit on my eyes? Or maybe it wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream. It was a meditation. Ah. And put his hands upon him. He asked him if he saw aught. Anything. And he looked up, listen to this, and said, I see men as trees walking. Be right back. I know it's backwards. I see men as trees walking. Okay? This is the thing. This is our Christ Center being birthed again. Mother, Father. The rose, the Knights Templar stuff. Yeah, it's in there too. I don't remember those and those, but anyways. And there's a verse in the Old Testament that is, I think it was in Numbers. And it says, randomly, it just talks about this big, humongous group of trees. Just, and I mean randomly, like, it's talking about, like, Josiel, who begat Thomas, and Thomas, who begat Bakadakata. It says all those things, and then just smack dab in the middle, it talks about some trees. Okay. Anyways, my perception of this is that when Jesus cleaned his eyes, he only the guy was blind because he had the veil, right? Like, sinful veil. Perhaps not simple, but I believe so simple. And when Jesus spat on his eyes, it removed the veil halfway. So he's seen things. No, wait. He removed the veil all the way. So he's seen things as they truly were. Men walking as trees. Because it's a lot of symbolicism. I don't know if that's a word. In these verses, right? And so then it says, after that, he put his hands again upon his eyes and made him look up. Right? Okay. And he was restored and saw every man clearly. No longer did he see them as trees. Because we are not man the flesh, but what we are inside is exactly as the trees, the mountains, the lakes, the waters, the flowers, the mushrooms, the birds, the animals, any living organism. That's what we are. That's why it says trees. And he sent him away to his house, saying, neither go into town, nor tell it to any in the town, right? Because in the town are non-believers. Let's just be honest here. And Jesus went out and his disciples into the towns of Caesarea Philippi. But by the way, he asked his disciples, saying unto them, whom do men say that I am? Capital I. And they answered, John the Baptist, but some say Elias, and others, one of the many prophets. Well, it doesn't say many. Sorry. Go back. One of the prophets. And he saith unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Peter answereth and say unto him, thou art the Christ. There are numerous Christs recorded in history. If you do your research, there's numerous Christs recited in history. recorded, lots of them, okay? Krishna was one of them. Buddha was one of them. There's many more. That Quetzal or whatever from Mexico. And they all have extremely similar things as to Jesus. In the Holy Bible, Samson was born as Jesus was born. So was John, and many more. We have to dig deeper. This is going to be a long video. Thank you if you're still with me, okay? And he charged them that they should tell no man of him. So Jesus admitted to being the Christ, pretty much, right? Right? That's what that means. And he charged them that they should tell no man of him. No man. Because a lot of men can't handle the truth. And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things. Okay? Now, please remove yourself from the idea of the story of Jesus, okay? And he began to teach them that the Son of Man, he is the Son of Man, we are the Son of Man, he is the Son of God, we are the Son of God, okay? His story is true. It's just the way that people have taught it over the years. It has become corrupted for power, greed, control. Bleh. How many babies have been killed in the name of God? I'm not talking about Old Testament. No, I'm talking about nowadays. Not nowadays, but you know what I mean, in our recent past. Kings went through and killed anybody speaking what they didn't want to be taught. This is not a past that is far away. This is not a past that we've grown away from. This is a past that we have forgotten, and it has led us to this day. We have been taught that we cannot speak our truth. We cannot look within. We cannot believe in something other than, because we'll be ridiculed and killed, beheaded and stabbed and scourged and burnt alive and hung, and no more. No more. The truth needs to come out. And this is what I'm here for. I've been doing this for, God, about 4 years now. I read a lot of Bible. And it's good. And I'm lined up also with my chakra system in my meditations and my eating well and all these things. They're important to our temple. This is our temple. Okay. And he began to teach them, the disciples, that the Son of Man must suffer many things. Now, in a different gospel, it talks about the other people who are going to suffer too. The other sons of man are going to suffer, right? John the Baptist suffered. John in the Bible suffered. I don't remember what was his name. We all suffered, all of them. I wouldn't doubt that I was actually a disciple of Jesus himself. Like, I was there. I know it sounds far-fetched, but I bet you we all were. And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders, the Pharisees, the people who teach Moses' law, but through their filter. Not saying that there's not some people who know the truth within the elder group, because they do. When Jesus was teaching, like in the temples or whatever, there were some Pharisees and what is the other word for them? I forget. The elders that believed in what he was saying, but the other ones were like, no, we gotta kill him. What? You want to kill this man who is healing people? Obviously, he's something of God. Otherwise, and they say he heals it through Beelzebub or whatever. Through the devil? No. No healing can be done through the devil. Only destruction. Did you see that drop of water? Maybe it was from my tongue. Anyways.
How long did we be here?
What do you mean?
How long did we be here?
Be here what? You have to be more specific.
How long did we be here?
Here where? Here in the world? Here in Washington? Here in this house? Here in your body? What? I don't understand you.
Our people.
I don't know.
Yes.
Just me and you today? Well, Noah's here, so okay, go watch your show. I love you. Let me finish this video, and then I hang with you. Let's see. Rejected of the elders and of the chief priests and the scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. A day is 1,000 years. It says that in the Bible. It actually says it a couple times, I believe. This isn't talking about Jesus. Sure, it is talking about Jesus, but it's not only talking about referring to Jesus. Jesus was sent as an example for us to research and see what's truly going to happen and how it's going to happen. Make thine eye single. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Seek within the kingdom of heaven. It's not without. It's not in praise. It's not in church. It's not in nothing. It's you. It's you. You, okay? After 3 days, rise again. So 3,000 years later, okay? So this is what this is saying is that the men who knew Jesus as Jesus, which I can really go with truly the person that knew Jesus the most was John and Judas. If you read, I know the Gospel of Thomas was taken out of the Bible, but you have to think why. Why was it taken out of the Bible? Why were all the millions of books, well, I don't want to say millions, hundreds of books, taken out of the Bible and then hid? Like the people, the Pharisees that were in control at that time, took them out of the Bible, took tons of stuff out of the Bible. Isn't there a verse that says, whoever changes these words, woe to them or whatever? Like, come on. It was not meant to be changed. It was only meant to be added to through your heart center if you are a true believer of the mysteries of God, okay? Judas knew who Jesus was. That's why Judas was chosen to do what he did. That's why there was a sacred kiss in the beginning of the turning in of Jesus. Because all of that stuff, as it was written numerous times, if you look, it's all in there, okay? 3 days, 3,000 years, us. We are the Son of Man. We are the sons of God. We are the ones who are waking up to the truth of what it truly is. And he spake that saying openly. He spake that saying openly. Because it is what it is. It's like last night. Michael and I were doing the puzzle, and I had gone outside, and then I came in, and he was kind of like, and I was like, fine, I want to do the puzzle, or I want to do the puzzle too, or something like that. And he was like, no, I'm doing the puzzle. And initially I was like, meh, and I went away. But as I was walking away, barely when I got out of the living room, I was like, dude, no. It doesn't matter. Like, he was joking. I know he was joking with me. But that ego in me initially got an instantaneously butthurt. Did it stick? No, because I know who I am. Ain't no ego darkness gonna keep me down no more. Whereas, 5 years ago, I probably would have went into the room, pouted forever, maybe went down a crying path of, nobody loves me.
Mama.
I love me. God loves me. I'm God. I got this.
I'm so hungry.
Ain't nobody gonna take me down. You gotta wait. I'm doing this, okay? Okay. And Peter took him and began to rebuke him. No, say it isn't so. But when he had turned about and looked at his disciples, he rebuked Peter, saying, "Get thee behind me, Satan." There's a verse in the Bible that says there's many Satans among us. It is people who refuse to see the truth. These are hard things to learn, but we got to learn them because it's true. It's true. It's all here. You want to be religious? You want to be religious? Then be religious with it all. See it for what it truly is. Not just what you want to see. Not just what people have taught you to see. Be your own seer. Look. Milk and honey. The land of milk and honey is for you to have. The land of milk and honey. Constant flow. The fountain of life in your spine from your crown all the way down. We have this thing called cerebrospinal fluid. It is freaking the lifeline of everything. It's there before anything else gets formed. Your spine, that's why you need to move, do yoga, do breathing, loosen that spine. We are rigid, we are calcified. Break free, learn who you truly are. Get thee behind me, Satan, for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but the things that be of man. Men, it says men. True story. No, I don't want to suffer. You can't suffer. No, no, no. Yes, I'm going to, because I'm telling you guys, I'm speaking as I'm Jesus, I'm telling you guys all these things that need to happen before you can realize. Think. Oh, bother. I love Pooh Bear. He knew too. Freaking Pooh Bear knew. And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them. So he called the people. Remember earlier it says he sent people away. So some heard the word, ate of the wonderfulness, and then went away. Some stayed. The ones that stayed are the ones that were ready for the heavier meal. Okay? Because to eat is just to satisfy the flesh, but you need the meat, the word. It says, whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. Come after me. That could be follow Jesus, or that can be a Christ who comes after. I'm a Christ. So what it says is, let him deny himself. The egoic Lindsay denied. Stamped. Peace. Get the frick out of here. Ain't nobody got time for you. There's no reason to get upset over a little saying that you know your husband was joking about. But 5 years ago, I would have. And I probably would have spent freaking 3 days crying in my bed saying, woe is me. I'm not kidding, you guys. These things are freaking true things. Take up his cross and follow me. What do I look like? What do I look like? I know you can't see the whole me, so imagine. But what do I look like? Oh, am I the cross? Take up the cross and follow me. You are the cross. Our bodies are the cross. Our bodies are the temple. Okay? For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Old Lindsay, gone. New life saved. Here I am, preaching the gospel to you through the correct lens. Take it if you want to. It doesn't matter. Whatever resonates with you, because you have your own journey to go through. You will resonate with bits and pieces of a million different things, and it's glorious. Because we're all made different. We're all different. Hi, Dad. I love you. And Mommy, of course. But that was an afterthought, so I'll put you in on somewhere else. Hi, Dad. For whosoever will save his life, and I feel euphoric right now, let me tell you something. That's how I know that this is a fire burning inside of me. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. Okay, so let's go into this one just a little bit because I don't completely understand it. Let's see if we can get some clarity. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. I understand that. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel, the same shall save it. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Shall lose the life. But whosoever shall lose his life, oh, it's a continuance. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Old Lindsay dead and gone. But whosoever shall lose his life, Lindsay dead and gone, for the sake of what Jesus speaks, because he does speak the freaking truth, dudes. He speaks the truth. But so does Job, so does Ezekiel, so does Aaron, so does Moses, so does Noah, so does Adam, so does Seth, so... It's the same story over and over and over again, okay? So whosoever shall lose his life, dead Lindsay gone, for my sake, for the gospel's sake, so through faith in the word, the same shall save your life. It's kind of like this. When you're learning these things and going down your spiritual journey or whatnot, you realize that the attachment to things leads you astray. But when you cleanse your system and you remain lined up and you're good to go, you lose your life to gain your life, then everything that you wanted previously, right, if it's for the good of all humanity, will still come to you. It's such a paradox. It is actually quite hilarious to me. So to receive all of the things that you want, no matter what they are, you must lose that part of you, the ego connection to it, follow the path of God, of the word, and then all will be received back to you because you understand. You understand the laws of manifestation. You understand the laws of the universe. You understand the God laws of the universe. It's intense. Okay. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? It's not what we're here for, y'all. Do not go down that rabbit hole. I did. I'm back. Okay, so this is the verse that originally started this whole thing. This is what the lady picked out to say in her short. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. Now what she said is that whoever shall be ashamed of Jesus and the gospel, the words that he speaks, also Jesus will be ashamed of him when he returns, when he comes back to save us. That's not what this verse says at all. Clearly, if you just read it. I'm going to read it again, slower. Whosoever, therefore, shall be ashamed of me, this is Jesus speaking, and of my words in this adulterous and sinful nation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he cometh in the glory of his Father, capital F, with the holy angels. No capital in the holy angels. So let's look up ashamed. Okay, let's do that. Let's look up ashamed. Let's see what we got going on. Ashamed, QRS, ashamed. We're still in R. Okay, ashamed. Okay, there's ash. So it should be right here. Okay. Affected by shame as he was ashamed of what he had done. Also reluctant. Okay, so Whoever therefore shall be reluctant of me and of my words. The words in the Bible don't always mean what they mean nowadays. So what if it does mean reluctant? Let's look and see what reluctant means. We gotta go all the way over here.
Mama.
Nope, I'm busy. Give me a minute. LM. Okay, well, just be quiet. Shh. Reluctant. L. Reluctance. Reluctant. Unwilling. Please remove yourself. I'm not gonna, this is not what I'm doing. I'm making a video. Remember? I mean, I don't mind if you sit here for sure, but you're not gonna sit here and be like, and make a bunch of noises and stomp around and try and get attention, even though you're getting attention now. I love you very much, okay? Let me finish this. I'm almost done. Reluctant. Unwilling, disinclined, averse, marked by unwillingness and disinclination. Okay. I mean, right? So whosoever therefore shall be disinclined of me, not believing of him, of the truth of him, and of the truth of his words, and of my words, in this, go to your room.
What?
You're not listening. I'm so sorry, but go to your room. You need to listen. In this adulterous and sinful nation, oh, generation, sorry, generation, not nation. We are in the tip of the iceberg right now. Look around, guys, and Mother Earth is pissed. She's not really pissed, but she knows that what we need is struggle to be able to be like, okay, there's something else going on right now. Okay? So, in this generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed. Why would we think that he's referring to himself in a third party? Please tell me that. No, it's two different entities. First, he's talking about himself, Jesus. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous, sinful nation, of him, the people who are sinful generation, the Son of Man will also be ashamed of them. When you wake up to who you are and realize that you too are the Son of Man, the Son of God, that's what it's talking about. When you come in the glory of your Father, when you realize who made you in their image, the glory of the Mother and the Father. I am the Son. You are the Son. The Son. It's all symbolic. We got to go deeper. The time is now. Stop listening to the preachers preach and tell you John 3:16 over and over again. There's much more. There's much more to learn, okay? When he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. I have angels around me all the time. They speak to me constantly. I am the Son of Man in the glory of my Creator, in the glory of my Father. That's what it's talking about. I'm going to finish. This is a long video, 43 minutes. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope perhaps it planted some little seeds of remembering who you truly are, because the picture is so freaking wide. It's so large. I was talking pillow talk with Michael last night before we went to bed. If you go all the way into me, okay, this goes away. This is nothing. If you go all the way into me, what's left? Vibration. That's it. Then if you go into all the things that God created, it's all vibration, God included. It's all vibration. What does Tesla say? Learn this. Einstein said it too. Socrates, millions of other, who's Galileo, all of these people that we know now in this day and age were freaking like mind-blowing, above their time geniuses. In their moment, they were ridiculed and persecuted because they were a Christ as well. Come on, guys, food for thought. It's time to wake up.